Real reason why Kevin Costner lost to Val Kilmer in the '90s Western race despite winning an Oscar. Kevin Costner bet big on Wyatt Earp, but Val Kilmer's electrifying Tombstone performance stole the Western crown and left Costner in the dust. The '90s were a glorious time. Flannel shirts ruled the land, blockbuster Friday nights were sacred, and Kevin Costner was Hollywood's golden boy. The man could do no wrong. He made us believe in baseball ghosts, post-apocalyptic mailmen, and even bodyguarding pop divas. And yet, despite his Midas touch, when it came to the great Western Showdown of the '90s, Costner somehow lost to Val Kilmer.
How?
How did the man who practically bathed in Oscar gold end up as the tumbleweed rolling in the shadow of Kilmer's iconic performance? Was it fate? Bad timing? A cinematic curse? Or was it simply that one of them had a mustache so glorious it could hypnotize an entire saloon? Maybe the real showdown wasn't just on screen but behind the scenes, where Hollywood's power plays and backroom deals shaped the ultimate winner. Either way, it's a story too good not to tell. Grab your spurs and let's ride into the legend of why Costner's Wyatt Earp got lassoed by Kilmer's Doc Holliday. Kevin Costner's gamble, creative differences, or creative disaster. The '90s Western revival was like Hollywood's midlife crisis in cowboy boots. After decades of gritty revisionist takes, the industry suddenly remembered that audiences actually liked a good old-fashioned shootout. Fresh off his Oscar-winning triumph with Dances with Wolves, Kevin Costner was determined to stake his claim on the next great Western. His project? Wyatt Earp, a grand, sweeping epic about the legendary lawman. But over in the opposite saloon, a different gang was forming. Tombstone, a rival Wyatt Earp flick, was being wrangled into production. This wasn't just a different take, this was a different energy. Wyatt Earp aimed for serious historical drama, while Tombstone went for action, snappy dialogue, and Val Kilmer delivering the most quotable lines this side of Clint Eastwood's Squint. So what happened? According to Collider, Costner originally had his hands all over Tombstone too, but creative differences led to him jumping ship and making Wyatt Earp instead. That left Tombstone free to be something leaner, meaner, and, well, a lot more fun. While Costner was focused on crafting a meticulous, 3-hour epic about every detail of Wyatt Earp's life, Tombstone was out there throwing one-liners and revolvers like they were party favors. Val Kilmer stole the show and the Western genre, too. The biggest reason Kevin Costner lost this showdown? Val Kilmer. Look, Costner was a great Wyatt Earp, stoic, brooding, serious about law and order. But Val Kilmer's Doc Holliday? He was a cinematic wildfire. Charismatic, mischievous, and dripping with one-liners that fans still quote today. "I'm your Huckleberry" should honestly be on a plaque somewhere. The man turned a tuberculosis-ridden gambler into the coolest outlaw in film history. Even Tombstone's troubled production couldn't stop Kilmer from stealing the movie. As Collider notes, the film had its share of behind-the-scenes chaos, but when Kilmer was on screen, none of that mattered. He wasn't just playing Doc Holliday, he was Doc Holliday. The charm, the sarcasm, the tragic heroism, he brought it all, and audiences ate it up. Meanwhile, Wyatt Earp struggled under its own weight. It was long. It was serious. It was beautifully shot and historically accurate, but it just wasn't fun. And that, more than anything, sealed Costner's fate. Tombstone wasn't worried about being a perfect historical document. It was worried about being entertaining. And it delivered. The box office numbers tell the same story. According to IMDb, Tombstone had an estimated budget of $25 million and grossed approximately $56.5 million domestically. In contrast, Wyatt Earp had a heftier budget of around $63 million, but only managed to pull in about $25 million according to IMDb. So, while Costner got the Oscar and the prestige, Kilmer walked away as the undisputed gunslinger of the decade. The '90s Western race had a clear winner, and it didn't ride off into the sunset. It winked at the camera and twirled its mustache instead.